Hey y'all, welcome to At Home with Chef Jolie. Now, I see my foodie family out there. That means y'all true to this and not new to this, so welcome back. Y'all, this week I went over to North Italia in Plano, Texas, and I had an amazing cocktail. It was called a Sicilian Margarita, and then I had it with their Chicken Parmesan. So go take a look at my experience at North Italia and then meet me back in the kitchen so I can show you how to make it.
Tell me now, are you hungry? Looking for something for your tummy? Well, look no further. This chef is got you covered. Cooking at home with Chef Jolie.
As you can see, we are out in them streets. So you know what that means. That means we are about to go to another restaurant to try some more food and sip on some new cocktails. All right, so before I run into this restaurant, North Italia, that's where we are in Plano, Texas, I need you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel, turn on them notifications so you know when it's time to grab your coat and your keys and your pocketbook and meet me down to the restaurant, okay? So remember to also like, comment, and share. Now, let's go eat because the sister is hungry and thirsty too. Let's go. So here's what we ordered for our cocktail to get us started. It is called the Sicilian Margarita, and it has a reposado tequila, Grand Margray, and Montenegro. It's a syrup that they make in-house. It has fresh citrus, and also they do a sangria floater on top. Check it out. Let's taste it.
Maybe.
OMG. That's delicious. Tastes like vacation.
Really good.
And y'all know I love a drink that tastes like vacation. So delicious.
Oh yeah.
Cheers. We definitely gonna do this with the kitchen. So let's go ahead and get the cocktail shaker and see what kind of food it is. I'm gonna put on this one. Okay, so we have here the Chicken Parmesan, and it looks like the pasta has an Alfredo sauce, which I like because that's a little bit different than what is the norm for chicken parm. And then the chicken has mozzarella and provolone cheese. And my mouth is watering and I'm trying not to drool, okay? Don't judge me. I think I want some fresh Parmesan on here. Grace. All right, let's eat. Oh, the fresh basil definitely sets it off. The chicken is tender, seasoned very well. Let's taste the pasta. Pasta's pretty good. Could use a little bit more Parmesan. But overall, very, very tasty. And we're back in my kitchen. So let me show you how to make this cocktail. Like I said, you saw it, right? They called it a Sicilian Margarita. And I'm gonna call mine just a Sangria Margarita because that's basically what it is. So I have some reposado tequila, I have my orange cognac liqueur, and I have some orange juice in there. The recipe is gonna be down in the description. I'm gonna add a little bit of agave nectar to mine. Then I'm gonna add some ice. and shake it up. Y'all, I be having so much fun at these restaurants trying all this food, chatting it up with the bartenders, chatting it up with the patrons. It's a real good time. I hope y'all are enjoying this series as well. So I got everything in there, got the ice, put some ice in my glass. So I pretty much did this cocktail, I kept it kind of true to their recipe. They had an ingredient called Montenegro that brought in the sangria, but I'm just gonna use some red wine, and make sure you use not a sweet red wine because you have all the citrus in the agave. You don't need the extra sugar, just a dry red wine. And then shake everything up like so. I think that's nice and cold. And then we're gonna just pour it over the ice. Like that. All right. And then we're gonna top it off with this red wine, honey. And watch how beautiful it looks when you add the red wine. Look at that. Beautiful. So they had dehydrated citrus, and I love that. And let me tell you, I just found out from my daughter that my air fryer has a dehydrating, dehydrating function. That's a good word on it. So I dehydrated some limes, and I'm just gonna sit that on top, just like that. You could do this at home. Check your air fryer. It may have that function too. So cheers to you. Quality control. Let's taste our Sangria Margarita. Oh yeah, that's it right there. It's gonna be so good with this chicken Parmesan. So I don't wanna hold you. Let's go eat. Okay, y'all, so let's get into the chicken Parmesan. So if you've been following me for a while, you know that we did a chicken Parmesan recipe. I think it was season 1. So this is a slightly different version of that. But before I give you all of my secrets, have you subscribed to the channel? And if you have subscribed, have you turned on your notifications? Yeah, I need you to do all that. Remember to comment, like, share, do all that stuff. Okay, back to the food. So I have soaked chicken breast in buttermilk. 48 hours would be perfect, but if you don't have 48 hours, 24 hours is enough. And I pounded these out a little bit thinner, a little bit different than my original chicken parm recipe, but the rest of it is gonna be pretty similar. So right here, I have some flour, and I seasoned the flour too. Go ahead and season the flour. It's just gonna make it that much better. Season the flour, like so. And then we're gonna go into an egg wash. Now, an egg wash is just an egg with about a tablespoon of water. So if you got 2 eggs, 2 tablespoons of water, whisk it up. And then I'm going to go next into my seasoned panko. Yes, I seasoned my flour and I seasoned my panko because I want every bite to be delicious. Shake off the excess. And then I'm gonna go into the panko. The panko has, the recipe is gonna be down in the description, right? Panko has some dabaduya, which you can get you some too. Link is in the description. And it has some Italian seasoning. That is it, y'all. And then you just wanna make sure that it is completely coated. Now, what I don't know about North Italia, I don't know if they used panko, I couldn't tell. Sometimes recipes will call for just seasoned breadcrumbs, but I like that panko because I like that crunch, honey. When you bite into that crunch and then you got that bubbly cheese on top. Okay, so I have a couple that are already done right here. So we'll start with those. Get those going. Take off my glove. Pick up my tongs. I'm gonna take this one, go into the grease, just like that. And then we're not gonna finish it all in the pan. I have right here this sheet pan with a wire rack because we're gonna finish it off in the oven. Let me tell you something else that's a little bit different about the way North Italia did it. Y'all, sometimes when I go to these restaurants, I'm going to change up their recipes. Sometimes I'm gonna stay real true. So in this case, I stayed kind of true to it. I love the fact that they did rigatoni. A lot of times you'll get like a spaghetti with a chicken Alfredo, but I love this rigatoni, and they did it with Alfredo. So I got my recipe for the Alfredo in a different episode, but I'll put it down in the description for y'all too, but go back and watch that video. And they also did the marinara as well on top of the chicken. I got a recipe for that too, but I'm gonna put it all together and I'm gonna come back so that y'all can see what it looks like in the end. And I hope you make it too. It is amazing, definitely chef's kiss. Okay, foodie family, it is ready. The chicken parmesan is all done. So I told you about the rigatoni pasta, which is a little bit different than your classic. And then here is the thing that took it over the top for me. Alfredo instead of marinara on the pasta. So simple, but made a big difference. So here we go. We have our chicken that we prepared. I'm just gonna sit it right on the side here. How does that look? But we're not finished. I have some basil right here that I cut into ribbons. You may hear it referred to as chiffonade, but then I fried it, and I fried it into my oil before I fried my chicken, so that when I fried the chicken, it had like that flavor of basil. And I typically don't like basil that much, but at North Italia, basil was very pronounced in the chicken parm, and it was perfect. So that's what I did here. Let me spread that out a little bit like that. And there we go. We have our chicken parm with rigatoni pasta, Alfredo on the pasta instead of marinara, and then we have some fried basil. Nothing left to do but to taste it. So I'm gonna taste it real quick. Y'all know y'all got the recipe down in the description, and that buttermilk, that makes that chicken so tender. Oh, get a piece of pasta. I don't have a napkin, so forgive me if I get messy. Girl, stop. I gotta go wipe my mouth. Y'all know what it is. You know what the recipe is. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and meet me at the next restaurant, okay? I'll see you next time. Bye.
Tell me now, are you hungry? Looking for something for your tummy?